Welcome back, B is for Boost, and as you see in the last video, we were working on the Civic Ute. Now we are getting ready for HDay. Today is now Tuesday. The car needs to be done together by Thursday, so we have 2 days. It doesn't give us a lot of time. We have to fix a few things. If you're not familiar, Chris dropped the car on the hoist down on top of a welder and cracked the lip. And then us taking it off the trailer for the mechanic, it got caught and it pulled the panel bond off. So we're kind of in a little bit of a pickle, only because this lip was off of a Honda Fit, and I don't have time to re-panel bond this lip because it will take a day for it to dry fully cure, which means I lose a day, plus I have to fix it, prime it, and paint it, and it has to at least dry for a day because this isn't a paint shop. So I can't panel bond it, so that's our first issue. What I'm thinking of doing is pulling it up, putting a screw in it there to stop it from moving around, maybe one in there to suck it up, and then I'll probably take some seam sealer on the inside because it will dry pretty quickly. Seam sealer should hopefully help it sit in spot, and then I'll prep the area and re-seam seal all the way down. That's that. This side, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to fix this crack. This lip was pretty damaged before. If we look in the inside, you will see that this was panel bonded all through here, which means it was already broken at one point in time.
Place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race, every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way, had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way.
So you've seen that we sanded it out. I took the little mini die grinder and I V'd out any cracks that I noticed, just so the cracks don't come back. Now technically, if I was doing this for a long-term repair, I probably would have panel bonded it, and then like I said before, I would have panel bonded it so this lip would be in there more. So we're going to end up having to seam seal that, I think, which will be fine for HDay to get us there and back, no worries. And as long as I don't hit nothing, we should be fine. So we did V out this side as well. You guys haven't seen this project yet, but that's going to be a K24 6-speed Dassault that we're going to be building. So I guess you guys got a sneak peek at that car. So I'm going to take some 80 grit, and I'm just going to knock it off. So I'm very thankful that the body fill I put on here, and I mixed it with a little bit of short strand fiberglass to give it that extra strength, just because where I V'd it out, it obviously would have been a little deeper than I probably wanted to use just body fill for. So instead of going fiberglass and then body fill, I mixed it together. It was like 80% fiberglass with a little bit of body fill on top. And that's the reason why it's more green than anything, because it was more fiberglass than it was the gold body fill that I used. So this is done. I back sanded it really quickly with some 180 to get rid of the scratches. And then you come over to this side and I did the same thing. So now that I back sanded it with 180 and got rid of most of the scratches, I'm going to lay some putty through here, and it should only be one coat of putty and away we go, because it wasn't really badly damaged, it was just cracked. And then what we'll end up doing is I'll end up sanding a lot of the spots that's close to the lip with 320, so that way if any overspray comes over, like say onto here, it won't peel later on down the road because it'll be prepped properly. And that way we can lay some primer. Depending, it's really muggy right now. The Dassault project that you guys haven't seen will have to go outside so I can paint this and have to clean this bay up. Depending, I might spray this tonight just to get it done. That way it gives me 2 days to let it dry before I put it back on the car. And I even went to Honda and I bought the proper plugs for here, for the fender, and new screws to make sure it holds it up nice and tight. Just because over the years, obviously taking a bumper on and off, the plastic would obviously not be as tight and hold the bumper up. So a couple hours later and we are ready for primer, which I already have mixed up. This is good to go. I'm going to be spraying the primer this way so I wouldn't be getting much up there to begin with. I taped up this, just I want to put a little primer here, and then same with the vent there, and then all down through there. So we're going to high build prime it now. I think it's like 10 o'clock. So we'll high build prime it. We will high build prime it, and then we're hoping that we can maybe paint it tonight. Either get the Dassault outside, the K24 is behind it, as you guys can see, and I'm by myself. So I might just put plastic over it, clean this bay up as best as possible, and start shooting some paint.
Safely, it's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings, but success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
And like that, we are ready to spray the bumper. Thank God, because it's Wednesday, almost noon, so it's gonna give us less than 24 hours for it to dry. And that's not a paint booth, so we can't really paint. So I wiped down as much as I could. I technically just gave the lip a quick wipe. I didn't want to get into the seam sealer because that's what's gonna join this together, as you can see. What we're gonna do is we're gonna seal it. We gotta wait an hour after the sealer dries. That's the flash off time is almost an hour. And then we're going to put 2 to 3 coats of base on it, and then some clear. Now my DeValvis gun, which is usually my sealer and base gun, is broken. It's not working right, so we're going to use my clear gun, which is my Satajet 5000, and we're going to lay it on, guys.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
Alright, so I couldn't show you a lot of this because I didn't want to get the GoPro damaged because it'd be overspray everywhere, but let me show you. We have it one color, nice brown. Woo, don't look too bad actually. So now that that's ready to go, I have the heat cranking in here, so it's actually going to dry off pretty fast. You will see that it actually turned out pretty decent going across. And if I And like that, we have one bumper good, ready, no cracks, ready for HDay. We're gonna let that dry for the rest of this video, guys. We're gonna come back and we're gonna put it on the carts. Let's do a camera trick.